Hello, Surendra, shall we start?
Yes, sir, we can start, sir.
Okay. I'll try to finish this chapter today and close the lecture series today, okay?
Okay. Okay, sir. We have only 8 members right now. Shall we wait for few more people?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now we can start, sir.
Okay. I'll try to close today the entire thing. I'll finish off this chapter and this Upanishad and close this complete series of Upanishads today. King Janaka of Videha once performed a lavish sacrifice and distributed many gifts. Many wise men from Kuru and Panchala countries attended the ceremony, and Janaka wanted to know who was the wisest among them. So he drove 1,000 cows into a pen, and between the horns of each cow, he fastened 10 gold coins. Then he said, Venerable Brahmins, these cows are for the wisest person among you. So let him take this away. So none of the other Brahmins dared to speak, but Yajnavalkya, his pupil Samashravana, son, you take these cows home. Hero of seers, his pupil exclaimed joyfully, and he drove them home. The other Brahmins were furious. How presumptuous, they shouted. And Ashvala, the royal priest, asked, Yajnavalkya, do you really believe you are the wisest of those who are assembled here? Yajnavalkya replied, I salute the wisest, but I want those cows. Then Gargi, the daughter of Vachaknu, said, Venerable Brahmin, I shall ask Yajnavalkya only 2 questions. If he answers them well, no one here can defeat him in a spiritual debate. Ask Gargi, the sage replied. So Gargi asked, Yajnavalkya, as a warrior from Kasi or Videha rises with a bow and arrow to fell his opponent, I rise to fell with 2 questions. Yajnavalkya asked them Gargi. Gargi says, that which is above heaven and below the earth, which is also between heaven and earth, which is the same through the past, present, and future. In what is what woven, warp, and wove? Tell me, Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya, that which is above heaven and below earth, which is also between heaven and earth, which is the same through the past, present, and future. That is woven, warp, and wove in space. Gargi, my first question is answered well. Now for my second question. Yajnavalkya asked Gargi. Gargi, in what is space itself woven? In what is space itself woven? Warp and woof. Tell me, Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya said, the sages call it Akshara, the imperishable. It is neither big nor small, nor long nor short, neither hot nor cold, neither bright nor dark. neither air nor space. It is without attachment, without taste, without smell, without touch, without eyes, ears, tongue, mouth, breath, or mind, without movement, without limitation, without inside or outside. It consumes nothing and nothing consumes it. In perfect accord with the will of the imperishable, sun and moon make their orbits, heaven and earth remain in place. Moments, hours, days, nights, fortnights, months, and seasons become years. Rivers starting from the snow-clad mountains flow east and west and north and south to the sea. Without knowing the imperishable Gargi, whosoever performs rites and ceremonies and undergoes austerities, even for many years, reaps little benefit. So the imperishable is seer Gargi. The imperishable is the seer, the observer, the conscious, though unseen, the hearer, though unheard, the thinker, though unthought, the knower, though unknown. Nothing other than the imperishable can see, hear, think, or know. It is the imperishable that space is woven, warp and wood. Gargi, venerable Brahmins, count yourselves fortunate if you get away with merely paying this man homage. No one can defeat Yajnavalkya in debate about Brahman. So the question was about the imperishable, that is Brahman. Aksharam Brahma Paramam in 8th chapter was elaborated. With these words, Gargi ended her questions. The next chapter, States of Consciousness, is the heading. Yajnavalkya came to Janaka, king of Videha, saying to himself, I will not talk today. But earlier, while they were discussing the fire ceremony, Yajnavalkya had promised him any boon he wanted. Now the king asked the sage permission to question him. Janaka is asking a question to Yajnavalkya. Yajnavalkya, what is the light of man? Yajnavalkya, the sun is our light. For by that light we sit, work, go out and come back. Janaka, when the sun sets, what is the light of man? The moon is our light. For by that light we sit, work, go out and come back. Janaka, when the sun sets, Yajnavalkya, and the moon sets, what is the light of man? Yajnavalkya, fire is our light. For by that we sit, work, go out and come back. Janaka, when the sun sets, Yajnavalkya, the moon sets and the fire goes out, what is the light of man? Yajnavalkya, then speech is our light. For by that we sit, work, go out and come back. Even though we cannot see our own hand in the dark, we can hear what is said and move forward toward the person speaking. Janaka, when the sun sets, Yajnavalkya, and the moon sets and the fire goes out and no one speaks, what is the light of man? Yajnavalkya, self indeed is the light.